Market to Market is everywhere you are. Subscribe to Market on YouTube, find us on the PBS video app to stream on demand, and add our 3 podcasts on your favorite podcasting app.
The Rocky Mountains make a picturesque backdrop for the daily routine of Nick Trainer, a 5th-generation cattle rancher based in Watkins, Colorado. When he began building his own ranch a decade ago, Trainer adopted a mindset that included holistic grazing. His dedication to the concept helped him find a unique leasing opportunity designed to help the land, his ranching operations, and schools across the state of Colorado.
I leased several private ranches getting started, and then when this lease came up, it was big enough. I was scattered around on several different smaller leases. This one was big enough that I could move my family here and we could ranch full time.
Trainer went after the opportunity to lease land from the Colorado State Land Board. The state agency owns roughly 3 million acres and is tasked by the Colorado legislature with leasing parcels of land to agricultural and energy interests. The length of the lease varies depending on the specific type of agreement. The rates are lower than private land leases, but higher than the amount federal government agencies, the Bureau of Land Management and Department of Forestry among them, charge for grazing. Trainer leases land on the 24,000-acre Lowry Ranch, located 30 minutes east of Denver. His lease allows him to graze 400 to 900 cattle annually, depending on the breed.
The way this lease is structured, we've got a really good inventory on the grass, and when drought events are coming, like right now, we're already in conversations about how those numbers need to be adjusted. We talk through the problem and come up with a plan.
Rather than a normal tenant and landlord arrangement, leases with the state of Colorado encourage the establishment of working relationships between the lessor and the lessee.
My main responsibility is to do inspections on our agriculture leases, which is probably my favorite part of my job. That's where I get to go out and meet with our lessees and get a tour through ranches and farms throughout Colorado. And
Rachel Turner is the district manager for the North Central District for the Colorado State Land Board. Turner's office encompasses 480,000 acres of Centennial State landscape.
As district manager, I do a lot of other things. So I work with oil and gas and renewable energies, work a lot with the Forest Service recently, and anything and everything that comes in.
The Colorado State Land Board contains 6 districts with a designated manager for each. Currently, the Colorado State Land Board has roughly 7,000 active leases, with over 2,000 devoted to agriculture. Turner notes, the lease agreements encourage teamwork between state land board officials and the farmers and ranchers of Colorado, with a shared purpose of caring for the land.
We really rely on our agriculture lessees. They are the knowledge base. They know that land better than anybody else. Like I said, many of them live next door or have been on the land since, some of them before statehood.
For Trainer, leasing with the Colorado State Land Board has been a major benefit for his operation.
It's more of a partnership. And that's what makes it work. And, that was one of the really appealing things to me whenever they put the RFP out there was, it was structured correctly from the get-go that, hey, we're going to work together to meet these common goals. And, by and large, and I think they'd say the same thing, it's been a huge success.
Many lessees have deep family roots in Colorado, with some lease agreements stretching back decades. That dedication to the land, coupled with the rancher's devotion to community, helps the State Land Board with the other half of its unique mission.
One of the biggest benefits of working with the state, the rent goes directly back to the school kids. And that's one huge benefit that our lessees really appreciate because they know it's going back into their community and it's being used for good.
Since 1876, funds accrued from state land board leases have been allocated to the state's Building Excellent Schools Today, or BEST program. Through the Colorado Department of Education, school districts can apply for BEST grants to help offset costs for construction projects and school improvements. To date, the BEST program has awarded over $1.6 billion in grants. The nearly century-and-a-half-year-old program has been labeled a lifeline for rural communities like Brush, Colorado, which was searching for a way to replace 2 aging schools with a limited amount of resources.
2016, we went to our voters and said we need essentially a $60 million middle school, high school, and the state will pay for half of it. Would you pay for the other half?
With the funds from the BEST program, the Brush Community School District was able to build a state-of-the-art combined middle and high school. The grant also helped the district find additional funds to provide new avenues of learning for students.
You know, there are a lot of vocations out there that don't require a typical 4-year or 6-year college degree. And so we were very intentional about our what's called CTE, Career and Technical Ed programs, and making sure that we're providing our students opportunities in as many different areas as possible.
Opened in 2019, the new Brush School boasts a fully certified USDA kitchen and multiple skilled labor and technical platforms. The school aims to help the community thrive while educating the next generation.
Whatever we can do, we need to do, because otherwise we are unintentionally failing the next generation that's going to be taking care of you and me and running our world.
Trainer, Wilson, and Turner all agree that whether you are a cattle rancher leasing state land, a state land board employee taking care of the land, or an educator striving to provide the best learning experience, the entire community wins in the end.
It's not only today's school children, but we're properly managing land for future generations as well.
For Market to Market, I'm John Torpy.